Okay, looks like we are live. Give me just a second to get all my screens in order here, you guys. I see there's a few. Yay! There's a few people already in chat. Hey, you guys. So glad to see you. Beverly, Jeannie, Jessica. Let me know if you can hear me okay, because it's just now kicking in. There we go. There's always a delay when I start the Zoom before it actually shows up on YouTube. So I'm sitting here talking to myself, hoping that you're actually seeing and hearing me. Looks like you are. Awesome. So I'm just waiting to see if you guys can hear me. Let me turn this volume down here. There we go. Great. All right, hang on. I got one more screen I have to open so that I can monitor what's going on. There's a lot to manage with one of these, you guys. It's a little bit harder than just doing the plain old Zoom. So let me find that other screen, and then we will be good to go, and I'll be asking for your questions. Okay. There we go. That's better. Awesome. So what I'm doing, if you guys also do your own lives and you're just wondering, what the heck I'm messing with here, I'm opening up the back end live stream window where you actually create the live, because I can see your questions here. They're in black and white. It's a little easier to follow, and I can move it around on my screen. So it's easier for me to see than what I'm getting on the other YouTube screen, if that makes any sense. It's like the control center that I'm looking at. So let's see, who else do we have? We have, looks like 14 people here. Awesome. Welcome, welcome. Hopefully a few more will join us. Anne, Sky, Sammy, Starfish, T-Barb, yay, Beverly, Susan. Hey, great to see you. Okay. Jessica, another Jessica. Awesome. All right. So Beverly, you've got a question starting right away. Grab pendulum. For Beverly, should she retire in January 2023? So the way I'm going to ask that question, Beverly, is I'm going to ask if that is your optimal choice, because there's no shoulding from the Akashic records. They don't tell you what to do, but they will acknowledge whether it's the optimal choice. So for Beverly, January retirement 2023, is that her optimal? Yeah, that comes up as really positive. So if that's good, great. If you need to know more, just pop it down there in the questions and I'll get to you. Jeannie, I'm so glad you made it. Lovely to have you here. You'd like to hear if there's a message about your health in a new way. You've heard surrender, go with the flow, love yourself. You're wondering if there's guidance or something that you've not tried. Okay, so for Jeannie, what can you tell her about her health in some new way? What is this you're trying to get through that she's not receiving? Slow down. That's the first thing I'm hearing, Jeannie. You're kind of like a little wind-up doll sometimes, is what they're showing me. Slow the heck down. Breathe, relax, allow. And when you do that, then your focus gets clearer. You will have so much more vision and clarity about where you're going. You've got all the time in the world. Don't get into that place of feeling like you've got to hurry, that time is short, because when you do that, it shifts your energy and time collapses. It actually does feel like it's speeding up when you do that. But when you relax into an affirmation such as, I have all the time in the world, there's no rush, whatever you feel like saying to yourself, but that, when you breathe, relax, allow, will actually make the time expand to fit you. It'll feel so much more comfortable. There is nothing you have to rush for. And that axiom that you might have seen on a meme somewhere, that, an emergency on your part does not constitute an emergency on my part. And that's about boundaries, right? So that's kind of what's coming through. Let me know if that's helpful, because we can dive in further if it's not, if you need more. Jessica, you'd like clarity on what to do to release the fears you have that are causing anxiety about everything. Okay, so for Jessica, what can you tell her about these fears? Oh, I'm seeing you being rocked in the arms of your angels. You're a baby, Jessica, and they're singing to you the most beautiful lullaby. And it's like, hush, little baby. It's okay. Relax into our arms. Let us support you. Give us your fears. Release them. Don't hold on to them. Because truly, Jessica, many of those fears are just your ego and imagination all wrapped up into one, getting onto this track that starts spinning faster and faster and faster until it's like you go splat, right? Because it's just pulling you along at this increasingly fast rate. So let that go. Stop focusing on what might happen. Focus on the present moment. Stay in the present. Don't allow your worries to slip into what might be, because it'll only be if you focus on it and manifest it. That's the key. And I know it's simple to say, not so easy to do. Been there, done that. But I can tell you, after practicing this for some period of time, because I've been getting this drum beat on me for a long time, teaching this lesson, and I've been sharing it for a long time. So one baby step at a time. When you catch yourself shifting into fear and all those crazy thoughts about what might be, stop, swipe the screen, be the boss of your thoughts, bring up something happy, focus on that. You are the author of your story. You are writing it each and every moment with those thoughts. So make them good thoughts. Try to do that. More breathe, relax, allow. Meditation would be really good for you if you can do some of that. Even 2 to 5 minutes is helpful. When you feel that panic start to come up, stop. Do that. Call your angels to come in. They will form a circle around you. They will embrace you in this circle, filling you with love, light, and vital force energy to refill your tank. So lean on your angels more. Let them help you in those times when you feel like life is out of control. Just step right off of that track into your angel's arms. Let me know if that helps. Bridget, you're open to messages for your highest good. Okay. So what can you share with Bridget for her highest good? I'm hearing the song from Wizard of Oz, Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead. I don't know if that means something special to you, Bridget. Let's just see if anything else comes through. So what is it about that? It feels like for you, Bridget, it's also a bit letting go of the fears, because those monsters that we create in our minds, just as we might have as children, they're not real. We're making them up. It's time to let them go, to step with confidence, faith, and love into the arms of your angels. Let them support and sustain you. The more you do that, the more you call them in when you feel this way, the sooner you will start feeling better. Because, when I was younger, I used to be afraid of everything. And I remember one day, and this was way before I was awakened, I was probably one of the most unconscious people I've ever met. And, this was like 20s, 30s. So one day I heard this voice say, "You're always hiding." And it came from the inside of my head. It didn't come from outside. I didn't know then that it was my angels talking to me, but it stuck with me. I know it was important. And then one day, as I got into awakening and I started putting the pieces together, I understood what they were talking about. Yeah, I was so scared of everything, even my own shadow. I didn't know how to be an independent, empowered, sovereign soul. That took me decades, but I'm there now. And I can tell you, oh my gosh, night and day difference. This is what you want. This is what the angels are sharing with me to share with you all of the time. They keep beating the drum on it. So for you, one step at a time into your power, into your sovereignty. You didn't come here to be weak and disempowered. Your soul had mighty plans for this lifetime, especially this lifetime, because we are bringing in Earthtopia together. So it's time for us all to step up. Lean on your fellow light workers. Ask for help when you need it. Being here, asking for help is perfect. Wonderful that you did that. So just more of that, one step at a time, and day by day, moment by moment, you will start feeling better. It's not going to change in the, blink of an eye as much as we might like it, because you are building new thought patterns and new habits. And that does take a little time, but know that you're making progress. And just as I was saying previously, being the boss of your thoughts, swipe away the negative, anxiety producing thoughts. Do not dance with those dark thoughts. You know what they do to you. Don't allow them to take up residence. Swipe, get them gone ASAP. Then move on to working with your angels to the inspired, beautiful, uplifting thoughts. One little step at a time, and you will get there. Let me know if that's good or if you need more help. And any messages for a new direction for you in general? You've avoided having to move for another year. Anything in relation to this? Okay. I was wondering about you recently, Anne, so I'm really glad to hear from you. So for Anne, what can you tell her? Any new direction? What about a move? What wisdom do you have for Anne? I'm hearing a music box and playing Brahms' lullaby. They just want to soothe your fears, calm you down, let you know that even though you might not have made the choices that in your being you felt were right, you held back for many reasons, it's still okay. They love you. You're still perfect, and you've still got time to make those choices. If those choices are weighing on you and you're still feeling led to do them, then do them. Take some action. The worst thing, and this is for everybody, is to get stuck in the energy of not making a choice and taking action. Whenever life sucks, when it starts to feel staticky and hard and like you're stuck in the muck, that's when you look around at your choices, feel them through your solar plexus to choose the very best. And when you find one, take it quickly, move, take action, get going. As soon as you do that, you shift your entire energy of what's coming to and from you. That will shift everything. That is the most empowered thing you can do when you're in that stuck energy. So as soon as you start to feel that coming on, don't let it keep going. Immediately look for a new choice. Take it and get going. Now, if you can't decide which one to choose, flip a coin. Get it to the closest you can, narrow it down, and then flip a coin, pick one, and go. If it's not the right one, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. You can change your mind and do something different. It's taking that action, moving forward, that's going to help you get out of that stuck, icky place where life just really sucks. You don't want to be there, because what'll happen is it'll just drag you down and down and down. You go in that dark rabbit hole, and then it's harder to get back out because you got to climb hand over the rope to come back out. So don't go there. Take action sooner. It will feel so much better. Your life will get into this flow where more often than not, you just kind of feel this happy buzz because you're in peace and zen. That's bliss. That's soul nirvana. And that's what you want. It's possible for every single one of us, even in the midst of this massive battle we're going through right now. You still want to have that peace. Lean on your angels. Ask them to help you with it. Ask your community to help you with it. You can do it. That's how strong you are. You can do both of those things at once. So keep going. You owe it to yourself. You deserve it. It's your time. So I hope that helps. Sky Sammy, you're working with a naturopath holistic specialist to improve your health. The diet is tough. You've got gallbladder issues. Are you going in the right direction? Okay, so for Sky Sammy, given her gallbladder problems and this special diet, is she going in the right direction for healing? Yeah, keep going. It's feeling like maybe there's a few things you could tweak, Sammy, but it's basically the right direction. So, along the way, don't ignore your own intuition. If there's something that feels that it's not right for you that was prescribed, or something that you feel you need to add in, consider that. Maybe experiment with it just really carefully, because you only want to change one thing at a time. But experiment just lightly to find the absolute best perfect for you, because any coach, specialist, doctor that you go to will give you the best advice they can at the time, but you are a unique being. And there might be something in your energy makeup as well as your body makeup that needs something slightly different. So you always want to tune into that and see what you get. But you are headed in the right direction. That's the good news. So keep going, but do lean on your intuition. This is a wonderful opportunity for you, actually, to tune in, to listen to that intuition more. So let me know if that makes sense. Thanks for bringing the whole gang, Jeannie. It's so cool to see all these people here. Wonderful, wonderful. Oh, and I just got to that you can hear me. I'm so glad you can, because otherwise I would have been here babbling all this time and nobody would know what I said. Okay. Starfish is happy October. We made it. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you, Susan. Clears the bow. Awesome. Oh, you like the background. Thank you. Yeah, it felt kind of appropriate because it's kind of a mixed bag, right? October. Jessica, greetings. Excited to catch you. I'm so glad you made it, Jessica. T-Barb is saying, Starfish, ask your question. I think that's what you're saying. Guidance for October and hard period now. So I don't know if you did, but if you did, I'll find it down here. And if you didn't, why not? Ask it. That's what you're here for. No question is too small or too large because I'm not answering them. They are, and they know what you need. So just trust the process. Whatever you need to know, ask for it. This is the time. That's why we're here, right? Hi, Jenny, Auntie D, KT, glad to see you. Susan, you have to leave early, but could you please ask your guides if they have any messages? Absolutely. So for Susan, what can you share? I'm feeling these little tingly sensations, like, how to describe it? Yeah, just like a little tingly. It's almost feeling like fairy kisses, which is really interesting, Susan. So what's that about? It's an anticipatory feeling, Susan, like there's something coming. I don't know if you've been working on something and it's getting close to coming to fruition, but it's kind of that anticipatory feeling. So something good is on the way. That's what I'm getting. What else? They're saying, keep going. You're on the right track. Keep going. Never give up on yourself because you deserve it. More better is coming. You are creating your new version of Susan in the very moment. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Okay, that's it. So let me know if that makes sense, Susan. I hope it does. Janet, does your sister have a message for you? Any message from Janet's sister? I'm hearing that song, Janet. Baby, hold on to me. I don't know if you know that song. I don't even know the name of it. I heard that lyric. So maybe that means something to you personally. If it doesn't, go look up the song if you can find it and the lyrics. See if there's a message you can find in the lyrics. Or maybe it's just you need to listen to that whole song just to feel that energy. So without knowing what you're feeling, what's coming to me is she's letting you know she's there. Just like your angels, lean back into her arms. You know, that game where you had to trust the other person, I forget what they call it, but you fall back and trust that they're going to catch you. It feels like that energy. So she's there saying, I'm here. You can trust me. You can hold on to me. So whatever it is that you're struggling with now, Janet, know that she is around to help you with it. Always has been, always will be. She's just a thought away. So let me know if that makes sense or if you need more. Susan, you just got a third cat. Congratulations. You want to integrate her into the family. You're trying to follow suggestions from the shelter and wondering how she will acclimate. Okay, so for Susan, can you share any insights about this new kitty? Do you see that she will, well, he or she will acclimate well with the other two? Yeah, I'm getting kind of a medium on that, Susan. It's almost like they have to go through the obligatory gestures of spitting and, protesting that somebody new is there, but it's only half-hearted. They're not really serious, and secretly they're kind of intrigued by the new kitty. So it feels like in a very short period of time, they're going to become a new family for you. So I don't see anything major that's a problem, but if there's something else you want to know, just let me know later in the comments. Beverly, is it optimal to start a life coaching business after retirement just for something to do? Okay, so for Beverly, would it be an optimal choice for her to start a coaching business after she retires? Big no on that, Beverly. Is it optimal for her to start some kind of an income generating business after retirement? They're saying, no, not right away. You need to take a break. This is part of that self-care they're talking about, right? So not right away. Okay, so what about maybe in a few months? Would it be an optimal choice to explore a new business? Yeah, but you got to give yourself that time for the self-care. And what they're popping in with is that by doing that, by giving yourself that extra 2 or 3 months, because that's what it's feeling like they're saying, in that time, just breathe, relax, allow, take that time to really tune into what Beverly wants. And in the doing that, you will get insights that will lead you to what kind of a business would be optimal for you. Or perhaps it's also feeling like they're going to be throwing breadcrumbs out there. So be on the lookout for breadcrumbs and then explore those to see. Just from my perspective, there are so many coaches out there, Beverly, and it's a big challenge for them to find business, and they've already been out there doing it for a while. So perhaps there's another niche that you would enjoy doing that's available that you haven't thought of yet. Not that you shouldn't explore coaching if that's what your heart says, but be open to other options because they are going to be throwing breadcrumbs to get your attention. So self-care first, and then lean into whatever's available to you that feels really good. Mary, your dad passed away in June. Does he have a message? Okay. So Mary's dad. Mary's dad. Do you have a message that you want to share with your loved ones? I hear the words, peace be upon you. Is that Mary's dad speaking? Yeah, okay. It just seemed very formal. So Mary's dad, what would you like to share with them besides the peace message? Yeah, he's taking some deep breaths. It's like maybe he didn't relax enough in his life. He was too stressed and he doesn't want you to repeat that pattern. That's kind of the gist I'm getting. So peace. Meditation, of course, is always good if you do that. More relaxation. He's saying you got a boatload of stuff coming at you. So as the angels have been saying, self-care is going to be really important for you so that you will be prepared for that boatload of stuff. And it doesn't feel like it's a negative thing. It's just big. It's a lot you've got on your plate to deal with. So make the time for the self-care so that you don't break down, so that you stay healthy, and you will be there to support the rest of the loved ones because you don't want to make an early exit. Take care of this third dimensional body because it's got to host you for as long as your soul wants to be here on this earth. So you want it to be in the best shape that it can possibly be so that you can lead a glorious, expansive life. So let me know if that helps or makes sense. KT, is it optimal to stay at the church that your parents attend? You feel it's toxic, but you want peace in the family. Okay, so for KT, is it an optimal choice for her to stay at this church even though it feels toxic? Absolutely not. Honoring yourself, your intuition, your feelings, that's number one above anybody else. Always KT. Don't put others before yourself, because when you do that, then you have less of yourself to share to help others. So the best gift you can give is taking care of you, fortifying yourself, strengthening yourself, being in that place of clarity, strength, confidence, and faith that you really do know what's best for you. And then have the courage to make the choices that are best for you, because ultimately that will serve your family. Yeah, they might be hurt. They might be miffed that you're not going to that church. That's okay. You can just say, listen, as long as it works for you, go there. It doesn't work for me. I'm making a healthier choice for myself. And stick to your guns. Don't let them sway you, because it does feel very toxic. And it's like that toxins permeating your being, and you don't want that. That will drag you down. So it's very wise to let that go, to make a better choice for yourself. And that may be no church. It may be a different church. It may be, something entirely different, but honor yourself and what is best for you. Always. Starfish, is the purple color you see when your eyes are closed, does that mean you're connected? Is it your guide or an angel? Okay, so starfish, what is the purple color that she's seeing? It's connection? Not quite connection. What is it? They're saying it's the veil, starfish. So when you see the purple, that means you have reached the veil. You can choose to cross the veil to connect with your records, with your loved ones, with whomever. And that's a conscious thing that you would declare your intention to do. Or you can stay there and just be close, soaking up that energy. So you have the same as an invitation. So when you see the purple, it's like that's your go signal. You get to decide what you do next. So if you feel a little hesitant about crossing over what you might find on the other side, it's okay. Stay there as long as you feel comfortable. And when you're ready, then just walk right through. And you know that veil will either open for you or just dissipate, but it won't keep you out. It's there to welcome you, but it's just a sign. That's all it is. It will open and accept you if you want to go through. And it feels like you do. So why not go in there and have amazing experiences? Because once you cross into that fifth dimensional energy, they can bring you so much more. And it might feel like you're making it up, like it's a daydream. It's not, because if your intention was to go into your Akashic records, that's where you are. So no matter how wild and crazy it might seem, just go with it. Allow it to expand. And then find a way to record it, because there will be so many wonderful experiences that you have. And if you don't write them down, they'll quickly fade away. So for your own sake, you want to write them down. So let me know if that helps. Jeannie, that was spot on. Awesome. So glad. Oh, hang on. It just jumped. See, we have 32 people. That's awesome, you guys. We usually only have around 20, so this is wonderful. Okay, there we are. Jessica, starfish, I see that purple color too. It moves and morphs around when your eyes are closed. Yeah, in the beginning, I saw that purple a lot. The very first thing I saw when I started doing this was a purple blob. And at some point it expanded. And then when I started entering the records, I would see doors, literally doors. And they would be different colors, different shapes, different materials, depending on who I was reading for, which was really interesting because it's all means something, right? There's great symbolism there. If the doors are big, heavy, medieval, then there's some heavy stuff that they need to deal with. And sometimes the colors mean something. And then for myself, over time, they changed from those big, heavy doors to just a veil. And then they eventually went away altogether. So it's part of the journey. It's the symbology that they will share with you to help you. So whatever it is meaningful to you. The trick is for you to figure out what it means. So sometimes it means Googling to find out, okay, so what's the symbolism of purple? What's the symbolism of this big medieval door or whatever you see? Dig a little deeper and find out the bigger message. But it's always something specifically that they know you can solve the puzzle of, or they wouldn't give it to you. So part of this is like playing detective sometimes. That's why it's good to write it all down. Because over time, if you didn't get the message, they'll give you more clues until you do. And that's part of the fun too, as it expands. You're welcome, Jessica. Epiphany, welcome. Wondering if this new man who has come into your life is a repeating pattern. Okay, so for Epiphany, is this new man a repeating pattern? Get a no on that, Epiphany. So is this somebody who is an optimal choice for a long-term relationship? Could be. It's still not quite solidified yet. Is that on his side? It's on your side. It's on your side, Epiphany. You get to decide. He could be if you want him to be. That's what they're saying. Yeah. So exciting. Just flow with it. Don't question it too much. Enjoy it. See where it goes. Because that will put you in the receiving energy to allow it to expand. And if it doesn't feel right, then move on. There are many fish in the sea waiting for you. Bridget, you're so welcome. Auntie D, do the angels have messages for you for your highest for the month of October that you should focus on? Do you need to start getting your resume out? Okay, so for Auntie D, is it an optimal choice for her to put her resume out? That's kind of an in-between. So I don't know if you're conflicted on that, Auntie D. Maybe that's why it's an in-between, because it's always your choice. So either it's the timing. Well, let's just ask, is it a timing issue? Is that why it's not optimal? No, it's not timing. Is it a issue of clarity on where to put? Yeah, okay, so that's it. So for you, Auntie D, it's important to spend a little time honing in on what you really want. Because, you know, if you're wishy-washy, like it could be this, it could be that, you're not really committing to anything that your angels can help you with. There's too many things and none of them are just right because you haven't made up your mind yet. And that's the way it goes with lots of manifestations. You know, until you really click in on what you want, it's probably not going to come because you haven't decided yet. And they don't force anything on you. It's only what you want that they're helping you to achieve. So, okay, let's see. Is there anything else you want to share with Auntie D? I'm seeing you walking very slowly, just putting one foot in front of the other. Your eyes are downcast though, and that's the problem, Auntie D. It's your focus is it's almost insular, and they're saying, lift your head up, darling. Look out ahead of where you're going. You haven't yet decided on the path. So open your eyes, look and see what's out there. And then from that marvelous banquet of choices that they will bring into your awareness, make a choice. Let them help you move towards that choice. So that's where the problem is. It's that head down. You're not looking at the big picture. You're just focused on what's right in front of you, and you need to expand a little bit. Don't be afraid. It feels like there's some fear that's causing you to do that. So let that go. Lean on your angels. There's nothing to be afraid of. They really do have you. They're all around you, supporting you. And they'll bring you all the clues you need to help you get where you need to be that is in your highest and best. So just keep going. One foot in front of the other, but with your eyes up. So let me know if that helps. Bridget said, agreed. Ding dong, the witch is dead. Oh, that's funny. Oh, so I'm glad it meant something to you, Bridget, because it was really out of the blue. Okay, Janny, your great niece and granddaughter are definitely light workers. 4 and 1. How can we help them protect their light and hearts as they go into public spaces and school? Okay, so for Janny, for her family members, what can she share with them to help protect their beautiful energy as they go out into the world? I'm getting, Jenny, that they don't need as much protection as you think they do, because these kids are more awakened than we ever were at that age. They've got more going on. So this is something that came recently from my granddaughter, Francesca, and that was because she's ADD. And I got this download that if she would do a little grounding before she goes to school, it would help her with her focus. So would that be useful for Janny's family, grounding? Yeah, it's feeling like that's important for all of us right now. But as they go out into these different environments, doing a grounding, and if you feel led to, you can teach them how to put the zip up on. That would be another thing you could do. Can't hurt, right? So use your intuition on that one if you think they need it. But grounding, zip up, those are good things to help them have a more balanced start to this new process that they're going through, meeting these new people, new experiences. It will set them up to have more confidence, to not feel so wibbly wobbly, to feel more supported. And you're probably teaching them about the angels. I can't imagine you haven't. So encourage them to lean on their angels. Know that they are there with them whenever they need them. And if they need more help, reach out and grab a spare, because they can do that. Anytime they need help, encourage them to call in an angel. Don't hesitate. So that would be setting them up for a really successful experience. So let me know if that's enough or if you need some more. Auntie D, you read the book 21 Days and you're starting to do the challenge. Great. Trusting the process. Wonderful. And if you haven't joined the Facebook group, I highly recommend it, because you will get wonderful support. And some of those people are here tonight. It has been a game changer for so many people, because, you know, it was downloaded from Metatron. This is his process. And it's perfect for where we are now in this crazy mixed up world, to strengthen our faith, our trust, our belief that there is something better and that we are actually a part of it and we can do something about it, to be those empowered sovereign souls, because that's what it's about right now. It's like we had this suit of armor right out in front of us all along. All we had to do was see it was there and take a couple steps forward and put that armor on. It's angel armor. And they're sharing it with us so that we can be safe and girded, right? As we go out into the psychic battle. So it's there for us. We just have to take advantage of it. Yeah. Is there anything else? Yeah, it's just that faith and trust, one step at a time, and lean on your fellow light workers. Come to events like this because it will help you. Any of these crazy little fears that come up, just ask for help. Don't let them sit there and simmer, making you miserable, eating away at your confidence. Take care of them sooner rather than later. And that's where the Facebook group comes in, because you can do that in between these sessions. And by the way, everybody who's here, if you have not signed up for my mailing list, you really want to do that. I'll just type it in really quickly, because every third Saturday of the month, I have a Zoom call where we do something very similar to this, but we're on Zoom. So it's a more intimate connection because I can see you, we can interact, and I can help you with the follow-ups sooner rather than having to wait till we get into the chat. So I find both these formats do serve a purpose, which is why I do them both. But you only get to come to that one if I have your email address so I can send you the Zoom link. So it's akashaunleashed.com, and I'm typing it in. Sorry, it's a little slow. Talking and typing don't go well together. akashaunleashed.com/VIP, and you will be on the list so that you will get your Zoom link for the upcoming third Saturday. It's 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Every third Saturday we do this. So we'd love to have you join us. Okay. Sue, you made it. So glad you did. Welcome. Monica, welcome. Pam, welcome. Anything coming your way? The little hands are funny, Pam. Got my attention. Okay, so for Pam, anything coming her way that you want to share with her? I'm seeing some green lights mixed with some yellow lights. So there's some things coming where you want to be careful, be a little cautious, stop, look around, make sure that everything is in alignment and that it feels good before you make a commitment. Anything else? Yeah, it's like you're feeling a little wibbly wobbly, like uncertainty. I think that's the energy that it is. That's why the caution lights are there. So because you're feeling that uncertainty, your angels are stepping up to help you even more. So no, it's like you're walking on a high wire, right? Here you are, you're balancing. Maybe you even have an umbrella to help you balance. And so you're feeling a little uneasy because you might fall, but you won't fall because your angels are right there holding you. And even if you did fall, they would catch you and fly you back up. You're not going to have any problems there. It's a huge part of this, Pam, is helping you learn to lean on them, to trust them. We all have to go through that till we get to the place where it's like, oh, by golly, I finally get it. They really are there. I really can trust them. They are there helping me all the time, which they are. It's true. Whether you can see them, feel them, or any of that stuff, they are still there. And eventually, as you start to lean in to really believe and trust, you will start to feel them. So the more that you trust and feel them, the more you will ask of them, the better it gets. So do that now before we get to the really hard stuff that's coming later. That's what Metatron has been working on with all of us for months now. Just keep banging that drum about you've got to learn to lean on us, trust us, let us help you. Because when we get into the more challenging part of this journey, we will already have that connection, that dialogue with our angels, so that we can really step up with all of the conviction, the strength, the empowerment, the knowingness that we really are here to accomplish this amazing goal of Earthtopia. It's possible. We can do it. It's why we're here. And if we don't follow through with that, boy, we're going to be pretty unhappy with ourselves when we get to the other side. So now is that time of really, it's like you got training wheels on, right? And it's learning to get stronger so you don't need the training wheels. So just keep going forward. You're on the right track. Just keep going. Yeah, I'm glad you made it live too. It's always so much better. Bridget, somebody dear to you had a dream about you recently. And is there any guidance or interpretation? Okay. I don't know. Let's see what they got to say. So for Bridget R., this dream that somebody had about her, is there anything you can share with her about that would enlighten her as to the significance or the meaning for Bridget? Bridget, I'm seeing you walking through this beautiful grassy pasture, and the grass is a little high, so it's like the wind, the breeze is blowing it, and it's above your ankles, so it's that high. So there you are walking in this beautiful, lush, green pasture, blue sky, beautiful with just a few scattered clouds. It's a very idyllic scene, so it's very peaceful. So something about peace. All right, so what else? Yeah, you're doing that whole Julie Andrews thing. You know how she climbs to the top of the mountain and she puts her arms out and she spins and she starts singing, "The hills are alive with the sound of music." That's what I'm seeing for you. Okay, so is there anything else you can share that will help her to understand this message? It's just joie de vivre. That's what it is, Bridget. They want you to lean into the joy of life because you came here to live, right? Living is joyous, it's expansive, delicious. They want you to feel that, less of the obligation, less of the responsibility that kind of feels heavy on your shoulders. Because when you take on obligation, responsibility, that's making a choice. And the universe will look at that and say, "Hey, Bridget, we noticed you really seem to like obligation and responsibility. Here's a whole bucket load of it." They'll give you more. So don't take on obligation, responsibility that you don't want or you can't do joyfully, right? Does that make sense? I hope. It's like, it's okay to take obligation and responsibility if it's something you really want to do. But if it's obligation, responsibility, gotta do it, sucky energy. No, it's a bad choice. It's against yourself. And it will keep coming back to you with more negative stuff. So that's something huge for all of us to be aware of, because we're creating tomorrow's karma right now with our thoughts and our actions. So make it good, always for your highest and best, because that will ripple over and it will bless those around you when you choose yourself first. So I hope that helps. Monica, a message from your guides. So what can you share for Monica? See, muddy water. Muddy water. What is that about? It's cold. There's rocks in it. It's like, it's not quite a stream. It's more like runoff. So I don't know. Are you in a flood area? That's what it kind of feels like. The water running over this space, washing away the dirt, erosion. Okay, so is the erosion about soul and energy, or is it literal? What are you talking about? The erosion, is it literal? Yeah, it's literal. Well, I'm not sure that's true. Are you meaning symbolically? Is it symbolically erosion? No, they're saying literal. Okay. So I don't know, maybe you're in a flood area. So what else then, if that's true? What do you want to share with her? Don't stay there. They're saying, don't stay there. Why would you stay where these sharp rocks are cutting your feet? The water is cold and the dirt is literally washing right out from under your feet, which is going to take you and carry you down in a landslide if you don't get the heck out of there. So it's feeling like there's some kind of a danger, or you're just not in a good place right now, Monica. So get out of there. That's what they're saying. Let me know if that helps, or if you have a follow-up question. Yeah, you see why this is good on Zoom, because then I can immediately go there with you. Susan, it makes perfect sense. Thank you and your team. Awesome. I'm so glad. Kathy, a message for Kathy. Kathy with a K. What do you want to share with Kathy? Just getting kind of a charcoal gray, Kathy. It's like, what is that? It's a feeling of being stuck, like you can't move because you can't see anything except this charcoal gray wall that's in front of you blocking you. That's what it feels like. So what else? If that's true, what can she do about it? So they're walking up, they're putting their hands on your shoulders, and they're turning you around, and they're saying, Kathy, turn around. Look what's there. There's a whole other opportunity for you right there. Stop trying to walk through this big wall that's blocking you. You're not getting anywhere. You're wasting a lot of energy. It's not the right path for you. It's blocked. So turn around or turn to your side. There are other options there that you're just not seeing right now, Kathy. So meditation, if you do, get into that lightness, believing that there are other opportunities, then get out there and get moving. Go do something that you haven't done before that feels really joyful, or maybe you've done it before, but you haven't done it in a long time. Go do something that will lift your energy up, because that will help to take the scales off your eyes so that you can see something besides the charcoal wall. Because until you can stop seeing that charcoal wall, you're blocked. You got to see something new. So let me know if that makes sense. Oh, the kitty's a she. Okay, thanks, Susan. Rob, should you try to reconcile with your brother? Will it be well received? Okay, so for Rob, is it an optimal choice at this time to try to reconcile with his brother? Mixed bag on that, Rob. It's like there's not enough commitment. So is that on the brother's side? It's mostly the brother, but there's still a little reluctance within you that might make it a challenge. Yeah, so not well received right now. So is there something he can do to make it well received? They're saying work on you, get yourself into the happiest place you can be, where you are in that peaceful Zen energy as much as possible. Because when you do that, your energy will shift. Your brother will feel that, and it might pique his interest to say, wow, how did you do that? I want some of that, and then bring you together. So we can't change other people, but we can influence them by working on ourselves. You see, it always goes back to us. What can we change in ourselves that will positively influence those around us and make our lives better? It's always what it's about. So whatever you're not doing that you need to be doing to have a more joyful life, do that. Lean into it. Full bore. Go for it. Now's the time. That will change things. Don't be in a hurry. Give it time. Allow it to expand. But the possibility is there for a reconciliation, as long as you don't rush. Let me know if that helps. You're welcome, Susan. So glad it helped. Jessica, you just met this beautiful woman yesterday. All the stars aligned in the way that you met. It was along an art trail that you stumbled upon at a red feather retreat. Beautiful. So I'm not sure if there's a question there or if you're just sharing that, Jessica. So let me know down below. Oh, I see you have a whole bunch more. Okay, so I'll keep going down the list, and I will get to those in a second. And I'm sorry I skipped over you. It's sometimes they do in here. It's never anything personal. Just bring them back around again, because I'll get to it. I'll make sure everybody gets helped. That's what I'm here for. So you've got a question about what messages guides and angels have for you regarding your business. Suhani. Okay, thank you. That helps. So what message does Suhani's team have for her about her business? I'm seeing this beautiful light shining on the business, and it's illumination. Illumination for you. It's bringing new insights. So if you haven't already experienced that, it's coming. That's what they're showing me. And so it's be at peace, go with the flow, keep moving forward as you are, because they're bringing more illumination to you that will help you. Don't stress about it. Don't rush it. Allow it to unfold in divine perfect timing. You're on the right track. Just keep going. That's really cool. So let me know if that helps. Anne, any thoughts about doing pranic healing? You're still confused about that. Okay. So for Anne, would it be an optimal choice for her to do pranic healing? Oh, I get in my heart chakra. It just like explodes, Anne. Yes. If you're asking the question, if you're feeling led, yeah, do it. Absolutely. And from what Mike has taught me about it, I could see it just being so beautiful for you. And you know, I don't know how, but I think you could incorporate your crystal skulls into it, which wouldn't that be amazing? So just be open to the expansion, to the inspiration that will be coming to you. But yeah, absolutely. And having had that session with Mike doing the back heart chakra clearing, which is on my YouTube channel, you guys, if you haven't seen it, you should. It was phenomenal, the healing that Mike did with me that helped me so much to move out of that fear of stepping into the spotlight and sharing the message with a broader audience, because that's what I'm called to do. But the fear had a cloak of invisibility over me. And no matter what I did, I was very limited in what I could actually do and who I could reach. But guess what? Here we are. We've got more people than we've ever had before on one of these lives since I did that process with Mike. And I agreed to what I was being asked to do, to step out and let go of the fear. So it's beautifully powerful. And Mike is offering this just for a donation. It's amazing. So I highly recommend it. And I could see you being involved in that, Anne. I think that because of what you've been through in your life, I think it would be tremendously healing for you. And if you haven't had one yourself from Mike, go ask him for one. He will gladly do it, and it will help you a lot. It's an amazing healing process. Mary, you all miss him very much. Yeah, but he's not gone. And that's what he wants you to know. That's why peace. He's not gone. You don't have to be upset. If you haven't already, Mary, go to my website, akashaunleashed.com, go to the meditation tab, look for Connecting with Guides. That is a very special downloaded meditation that takes you into this beautiful, relaxed state in your Akashic records where you can meet with your guides. But guess what? You can also meet with departed loved ones. You can meet with pets. You can call anybody you want into that space. So what I recommend you do is go through the whole meditation, because now you're in this beautiful, deeply relaxed state where you're receptive. You're more receptive than you would be if you just sat down and tried to do it by yourself. That's the whole purpose of this, right? It takes you by the hand, leads you into that energetic space of reception. Is that the word? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Anyway, so when you get there and the meditation hits the end, stay there. Don't stop. Keep going in that quiet space now that the tape is ended, and just be there with whomever you called forth, and call more forth if you like. Anybody at all. You can touch them. You can hug them. You can ask them questions. You can just sit and have a conversation. I did this with my grandmother, who's been gone many, many years, but, was one of the big losses in my life. We just sat on a bench together and quietly absorbed each other's energy. Didn't talk very much. It was just such a beautiful, profound experience. Everybody can do that. Whether you think you can or not, you really can. It's there. And this is a special download from the angels to help you do it. So give it a try. And if it doesn't work the first time, don't get discouraged. Do it again. But most people find they can do it right away because it's been energetically encoded by the angels to assist you. So when you have a loss like that, using this kind of a meditation can be so healing, because knowing that you can reach out, touch them, have a conversation with them anytime you want, then you don't miss them as much. And then you start to feel they really are there. You trust that they are. They'll be there for you. So give that a try and let me know how it goes. Jessica, her paintings and different pieces of art. Oops, hang on, it jumped. The art hung around you with all the same symbols and feelings that you've been seeing in your own life. It was like a twilight zone. That's really cool. A meeting of the minds. You felt empowered and fueled. Later that night, you saw the quote, "When the student is ready, the teacher appears." You've been tossing the idea around for quite some time about learning to work with Reiki. Could this woman, Sarah, be your Reiki master teacher? Okay, let me get a drink real quick. I'm getting dry. Okay, so for Jessica, is this woman, Sarah, an optimal choice for her Reiki teacher? Like a mentor? Yeah, more than just a Reiki teacher, but yes on that question, Jessica, but more like a mentor. It's bigger. There's more that she can bring to your life. You sensed that when you clicked with all of those elements and her artwork, because that's her soul, right? You're seeing her soul on display to know who she is and what she's made of. And that resonated deeply with you, or you wouldn't be asking these questions right now. So absolutely. Yeah, I would explore it, see how far it goes. And there may be so much more she can teach you. So your first question got skipped over. Is there a new message for you? Any direction that you should be focusing? Well, I think that's the direction you should be focusing, but let's just see if there's anything else. For Jessica, is there anything else you want to share with her now? They're saying, what are you waiting for, babe? Go do it. You know you want to do it. Go do it. You will enjoy it. And I get a really strong yes on that with the pendulum. So yeah, go. Don't wait. The sooner the better, because it will be, it's feeling like, you know, when you go to a banquet and you have this really extraordinary meal and you just feel so sated, so comfortable, so happy. It's just so perfect. It's like that. It's what you've been asking for. And there it is. They've delivered this beautiful bouquet or this beautiful buffet for you that you can take the very best from. You don't take it all. Take the very best, only the very best. Mary, thank you. You're wondering about what's going to be coming at you. Okay. So for Mary, is there anything you can share about what's coming up for her? Blue skies shining on me. That's what I'm hearing. Do you know that song? If you don't, go look it up. I recommend the Willie Nelson version because that one's just got so much soul in it. But yeah, isn't that beautiful? So after the sorrow of losing your father, oh yeah, I'm seeing you like holding your dad's hand and lifting up into the air, levitating like you're flying with an angel. And it's that kind of a feeling that he wants you to have. Letting go of all the mourning, the sorrow. And you know, Metatron mentioned that in the October message. Mourning and sorrow when somebody crosses over is so much a wasted time. They're not gone. They're just on the other side of the veil and you can reach them. So no need. And they're in a better place. If they were, you know, their body was worn out or they were having health problems, they're in a much better place and they're happier. So meet each other on those terms, the new versions of yourselves, moving forward into a new empowered place. So it feels like your dad's going to hang around and be one of your guides for a while, which is quite lovely. So yeah, blue skies, right? That's exciting. Elizabeth, you're so welcome. You feel that your volunteer work is not welcomed anymore. Are you on the right path or is it self-sabotage? Okay. So for Elizabeth, it's volunteer work she's doing. Is this an optimal choice for her to continue? No. No, when you feel that way, Elizabeth, honor it. That means there's something out of alignment with your soul. And that takes you even further out of alignment, which means it takes longer to get back. And then it starts creating dissonance in your life. Negative things will happen. Your car might break down. Your appliances might go goofy. You know, life just gets harder. It gets staticky. It's not that smooth flow that you want to be in when you're aligned with your soul. So anytime you feel that contrast, it's a wake-up call to look around and figure out what can I do different to shift this energy. So yeah, definitely not that one. It's something else. But is it self-sabotage? Yeah, it is a little bit. Yeah, because knowing that it's not good for you and continuing to stay there, that's self-sabotage. So, and that's not a bad thing necessarily. I mean, you don't want to prolong it, but it's a lesson, you know? So for anything that comes up that has that kind of a negative feeling, it's an opportunity. It's a lesson to learn. So you don't do it again. Get it now so you don't have to go through it over and over. Because, you know, we have repetitive patterns that will show up in our lives from past life stuff. So if this happens to be one of them, or if it's a new pattern you're about to create, nuke it, get rid of it, make a new choice as quickly as possible move on. Because guess what? When you do that, it's like decluttering your life, right? You've now made this beautiful space for wonderful stuff to come in. Give your angels that space so that they can bring more of what you want into your life. So I hope that helps. Starfish, you want to cross the veil? Well, I hope you're not saying you're ready to literally cross the veil. But yeah, you can cross the veil and visit with anybody. Just get that meditation and do it. It's so easy. I can't tell you the number of people that have written to me to say, I'm not somebody who could meditate, but this one worked. And it's because the angels encoded it with that energy. It's just so easy to do. They just lead you by the hand. It's gentle and beautiful, very healing too. So I highly recommend it. And that's akashaunleashed.com, meditations, connecting with guides. It's there waiting for you. It's free. Beverly, does your sister have a message for you? Okay, so for Beverly, is there a message from her sister? I first got kind of a muted white, and now it's shifting into kind of a reddish gold, like a sunrise. Okay, what is that about? Is that about chakras? Okay, it's about chakras. Is it blocked? Are they blocked chakras? Is that what you're trying to say? Okay, yeah, so that would be your root chakra and your sacral chakra. So are you feeling maybe disempowered or weakened in those areas? You're not feeling grounded. You're not feeling the strength of conviction of who you are and what your purpose is? Because that's kind of what it's feeling like to me. What else did you say? Yeah. So is that from Sylvia? Okay. Yeah. So Sylvia's helping you out. Is there anything else you want to share with her? No, that was the important thing she wanted to get across to you. So there's a dollop of self-care in there. There's a dollop of expansion and tuning into yourself to really notice what your body is saying to you, what your soul is saying to you, because it's talking to you all the time, trying to get a message to you. And now I'm hearing the Bee Gees singing, I just gotta get a message to you. Hold on. Does that make sense, Beverly? Let me know. What are you having to hold on to? That's interesting. Two kind of different messages there. Intriguing, Beverly. So let us know. Starfish, you're welcome. Epiphany, great. You're welcome. Janny, what are my thoughts about the Law of One? I really don't know much about it, but let's see what they have to say. So for Janny, what can you share about the Law of One? So she's on the right track with her studies. They're saying, yeah, if it's something that you're studying that feels good to you, keep doing it. Anything else you want to say about it? The Law of One. Yeah, they're saying the one is you. So in this instance, Janny, because you're asking about it, it's really about you doing that deep internal dive to get in touch with yourself at the very core of your being, to find out what is your greater purpose. There's something you're not doing that you need to be doing, that you yearn to be doing. That's what it's about for you. So it's that introspection. And I'm feeling like if you don't already, journaling would be really good for you to help you reach it, because it's deep. It's almost like you've hidden it so deep that you can't find it yourself. That's what it's feeling like. So it's going to take relaxing, asking for help from your angels. And it's like, you know how those magicians will pull something out of their mouth and it just keeps coming and coming and coming. And I'm seeing it like a string of beads or pearls where you're pulling it out and there's space between the beads and you just keep pulling and pulling. It's that deep. It's going to take you a while to get this out before you finally get. I'm hearing like the germination point, but that doesn't make any sense to me. it's till you finally get it all out and you see what is there. What is the core? It's the core that you're going for. So it's a discovery journey for you, Janny. That's what it's about. Let me know if that makes sense, because it's feeling a little convoluted to me. I hope it helps. Oh, and you're welcome about the advice for the little ones. I hope that makes a difference. Kathy, are you going to get an RV to drive to Florida? Okay. So for Kathy, is it highly likely that she will be getting an RV that she can drive to Florida? It's up in the air right now, Kathy. Is it a timing thing? Yeah, it's a timing thing. So is it highly likely she will get one this calendar year, 2022? No. What about first quarter 2023? Yeah. First quarter 2023 is looking really promising. Now, anytime we do timing from the Akashic records, understand that it can change because people can take different actions, different choices that can adjust the timing. Also, you can take new action that you hadn't been planning to take moving forward towards your goal, and that can speed things up. So when you feel an intuitive nudge or the angels bring you breadcrumbs, go now, sooner, don't wait, and you can accelerate this timeline. But right now, it's on target for the first quarter. So I hope you have a good trip and get a great RV. I missed you, T-Barb. Okay. So can you tell me what the question is, though? Because otherwise I'd have to scroll all the way up and I might not find it then either. So if you can just repeat the question, I will get you. And my apologies for missing you. I didn't mean to. You know what it is? When I typed in because that's right below you, when I typed in that URL, it made it jump and I didn't notice. That's what it is. I have to remember when I do that, it screws up the feed. So I probably missed other people. Anybody else I missed, please repeat it down there and I will get to you. Yeah, we still have plenty of time. And we have 22 people, so we're doing well. I think we probably lost some people who wanted to go off and see Lena Rodriguez. She and Sienna are debuting their card deck and their book at 8:00 tonight. It's just unfortunate that the two overlapped, but if you had to leave, I understand. And maybe you'll come back and watch the replay and get all the good stuff that you missed. Epiphany, you highly recommend it. I'm sorry, I don't know what you highly recommend now. Sorry. I'll have to go back on the replay and figure out what it is. Yeah, that's the problem when we do this. It's like by the time I get to your comment, I've forgotten what it was we talked about. And that's for any of you, if you do channel or if you've been curious about channeling, when you're doing it, it's just kind of flowing through you. So very often you don't even get it in the moment what it was. It didn't stick with you because it's not for you. It flows through and that's as it's intended to be anyway. But yeah, I'll go back and figure out what it was. But thank you, whatever it was. Auntie D, you filed for disability and you've been waiting a year for approval. Your life has been at a standstill. You're trying to heal your mind, body, and soul. You're getting fearful as money is running out. I understand. It's scary when that happens. So now is the time to lean in even more heavily on your angels. Stay away from the fearful thoughts. Remember, swipe the screen, switch to something positive, and know that when you do that, you're making the space for your angels to bring in the resources that you need. No, they're not going to let you fall. They're going to bring something. They're going to help you. It might come in as a trickle in the beginning because, when we shift our beliefs, sometimes that's all we can allow is just a trickle. But when you start experiencing it, seeing that it really can happen, that expands your ability to believe so that you can allow that flow to happen. So they're not going to let you fall. It's coming to you. But don't go into fear because that blocks it. What happens is they open up the tap to send you this abundance, and then you turn on the fear, which goes out and it turns it all into ice and it can't get to you. It's blocked, right? So for you, this is your challenge right now, is working on releasing the fear. Meditate, meditate, meditate if you can. And if you can't, go get some. I've got a whole bunch on my YouTube channel. I've got several on my website. There's a well-being meditation that's really beautiful. I think that would help you. So as much as possible, stay in that calm state trusting that your angels have got you. You're not going to fall. They will help you. And at the same time, look around for the breadcrumbs, because maybe there's somebody out there that can help you with that next step that you just haven't asked for help yet. And there's one more thing I want to throw into that. Metatron touched on this in the October message, and that is that sometimes there are choices that we could make that we just don't want to make, whether it's we're embarrassed or we don't want to be an obligation to somebody. We make up a lot of reasons, but there is an option that we could take. We just don't want to. And then we say, well, I don't have any choices. I'm stuck. Well, that brings on a whole lot of crap on top of you, and things get worse. So when you're in that position, whatever the choices are, pick one and do it. Even if it's awkward, uncomfortable, do it, get over it, get moving forward. And it could be that's what's stopping you right now, that there's somebody who could help you, but for whatever reason, you're not willing to ask them. And I'll just throw a quick story in here to solidify that. So I got an email from this woman saying, I just tried to kill myself. Can you help me? I had never had that question asked before, so I wasn't sure, but I trust that everything that can help and heal is in the records. So we went to her records. We did find some issues that needed cleared. After we cleared them, then we looked at what her options were, and it turned out she did have options, but she didn't want to choose them. So she had 2 little boys. It was important for her to get over this, to take back her power in her life, to move on, to make a hard choice. She made a hard choice to ask her parents to take her in temporarily, because she was always very independent. She didn't want to ask them, and they lived in another country, but she made it happen. She asked for that help that she had tried to kill herself rather than ask for help. How bad does that have to be, right? So don't let it get that bad. Make the hard choice if that's what's in front of you. So she did that. Some months later, I saw a picture of her on the beach with her boys. She had moved to that other country with her parents. She was getting her life back on track. She wasn't ready to go. That's why she didn't die. So, hard story, but impactful. And I don't know if your situation is anywhere near that dire, but maybe there was somebody else here that needed to hear that story. So that's why I'm sharing it. Anyway, I know you can pull yourself out of this. So look around for the options, pick something and do it. Take action. That'll get the energy flowing. More opportunities will be able to come in then. Auntie D, you did join Facebook? Great. Awesome. Asking for help is something you're learning to do, so you appreciate the confirmation. Yeah. And you got the emails. Awesome. Great. You're in good shape, right? So, what else did I want to say about that? It just went right out of my mind. Yeah, do that. Just keep taking steps. And you know, I didn't like to ask for help either, because I'm very independent. I like to do things myself, but Metatron's been working on me, and now I am more likely to ask for help than I was in the past. So we're all works in progress, one step at a time, getting better each day. Just go with that flow. Go with what feels good, that flows. You don't want to take the path that feels like sandpaper, because it's painful, and that's self-torture. Why would you do that to yourself, right? So anytime you're choosing something that feels like self-torture, that's painful, that's horrible, and you do have another option, then take the other option. Always choose the one that feels best. So I hope that helps. Jessica, it was very helpful. I'm so glad. Nova Theory. Hi, I don't think I've seen your name before. Welcome. Never Deb, always Deborah. Thank you. And that's not personal. I would tell anybody the same thing, but I do not like to be called Deb. Okay, how can you connect to your guides? Are you supposed to be doing spiritual work? Well, I gave, if you were here, I was just talking about the connecting with guides meditation that's on my akashaunleashed.com website. Get that. That'll help you connect with your guides fast. Alternatively, or do both, get the book, The Path to Hearing Angels and Guides. That is a 21-day meditation challenge that Metatron designed to help everybody open their channel, to have a two-way dialogue with their guides and angels, which he's been saying you need to do this now because things are going to get more challenging, and you already want to have that two-way dialogue going before it gets harder. So don't wait, do it right away. The book is on Amazon. You can get an ebook or a paperback, whatever suits you. There's also a workbook. When you get that, there's a link in that book for a Facebook group. You can join that group. You can share your experiences. You can ask questions. You can read the experiences of the other people. It's very inspiring to see people who came in and said, I can't do this. I don't know how to meditate. Never worked for me. And days or weeks later, they're doing it. Because Metatron designed it. It's kind of magical that way. He knew what he was doing. So those two options will help you. And I would do them both if you're in a hurry. And most of us are right now. We want to get there sooner. And are you supposed to be doing spiritual work? Okay, well, the first thing that comes to me is there's no supposed to about this, Nova Theory, because they won't tell you what to do. It's always your choice. What is the thing that you can do that feels the best? Do that. Because the prime directive from Creator, come here, have this third dimensional experience, enjoy the heck out of it. It's living, supposed to be great and fun and juicy. And then do what feeds your soul. Find it and do it. So if spiritual work is what feeds your soul, that's what Creator would tell you to do. But let me just ask. So spiritual work, is that an optimal choice for Nova Theory? Maybe. It feels like you're just in the initial stages of figuring out what feeds your soul. So don't lock yourself into anything. Try a number of things until you find the one that just lights you up, that you would do for free because it feels so wonderful. That's what you're looking for. What feeds your soul? So keep looking. You're not quite there yet, but you're close. Pam, you love the analogy. You keep getting the struggle is coming. It is, but that's not to scare or discourage any of us. It's just there's some big challenges for us to get over that hump to Earthtopia. It's, it's just a huge challenge. But we knew that when we incarnated. We planned and prepared for this for many lifetimes. It's time. So many of us Lightworkers were tortured, killed, maimed, executed in past lives. So when it comes to this life where we need to step up and use our gifts, that old fear pops up. We're afraid because it's killed us so many times before. It's been, not a happy experience. But this is the lifetime where it's the safest to do it and where it's needed. We are ready. The world is ready. Gaia is ready. And it's going to be so amazing when we do it. It will be worth all of the effort. So I just encourage you, if you're feeling drawn to do that, lean in, ask your angels for help, ask your fellow Lightworkers for help, but keep going forward one step at a time. Dakota Charm, any words of wisdom from your angels? Yeah, I know who you are. You don't have to say. So for Dakota Charm, any wisdom from her angels? Big sigh, deep breaths. And I'm feeling like it's like your parents are breathing, blowing out love energy on you so that you can feel it. They want you to know that they're nearby. So never doubt that. They are there. What else do you want to share with her? Yeah, they're smiling because they see that you have come such a long way, that you have been able to process your grief, to move into a more empowered place faster than you might have previously. This is amazing spiritual growth for you, and as well as third dimensional growth. So they're just acknowledging that for you, and your angels are standing there giving you a standing ovation because they want you to know they see it, they appreciate it, and they celebrate it with you. So keep going. You're on the right track. And what you have been seeking is almost there. It's like, it's just so close. You can almost touch it. You're on the right track. Keep going. Never give up on yourself. Stand in the sunshine and claim your birthright. It's there waiting for you. It's very beautiful. And I'm seeing sparkling gems around you as a validation that you're going in the right direction. And it's more than that too. It's the value you bring to the table. That's what the sparkling gems are about. They want you to know that. There's so much value that you bring that you have not yet realized. So it's beautiful. Keep going. Steph, did you miss it again? We're still live, Steph, so I don't think so. So if you didn't already, put a question in there. Bridget, many thanks for the message. It resonates. I'm so glad. Well, there you are, Steph. Is there a message for you? Okay. So for Steph, is there a message for her? What do you want to share with Steph today? I'm hearing that song Lollipop. I don't know if you know that song or not, but if you don't, Google it. It's just an upbeat, fun, light song. It's just a joyful celebration of life. And that's what they're wanting you to feel right now. So whatever's going on in your life, anything that's stressful or that's dragging you down, swipe the screen, shift your thoughts, sing the song, look up the lyrics because maybe there's a deeper message there to be found. But step into the lollipop energy that's just light, playful. And it's also encouraging your inner child to come out. So a little more of that would be really good. Find ways to just celebrate being alive. Go do fun things that your child self would enjoy doing. Just be exuberant, feel the exhilaration, letting go of all of your cares and woes, and just for a short time, being that child, doing whatever pleases you for as long as it pleases you. Lean into that joy because that will shift your energy and it will draw some of the manifestations to you that you've been waiting for. That was what was holding them back. You weren't in the right receptive energy. So just get out there, go to the playground, go on the swings, get on the monkey bars, the merry-go-round, whatever delights you. Go do that. Make the space for the blessings to come in because they're waiting, they're knocking at the door. So I hope that helps. Monica, do they mean the area you live in? Will you need to move from your home? When will this be? And will you be able to channel? Well, you can channel now. Everybody can channel, Monica. It's just practice. And we've talked about that, different ways you can practice. So you can do the connecting with guides. You can do the 21-day meditation. Just, do anything that you feel led to do, but more interaction with your angels because you really want to get that two-way dialogue going. But yeah, you have the ability to do it. It's just practice. So I'm forgetting what we talked about. So I'm trying to grasp onto that and figure out how to ask this question. Will you need to move from your home? For Monica, will it be in her best, highest good to move from her present home? Oh, I think it was floods, wasn't it? No, they're saying no, you don't have to move from your home. What about okay, not from the home? Okay. And when will this be? When will she escape that dark, rushing water and eroding land? How long before that's dealt with? I guess that's the way to say it. We'll try that. Will that be in calendar year 2022? Okay. Will that be in October? No. What about November? Yeah, whatever it is, Monica, it seems like you're going to be able to deal with it by November. Are you talking about the first part of the month? No. Middle? End of November. Okay, so towards the end of November, it should all be resolved. Not all resolved, but better. Okay. Let me know if that makes sense, Monica, because I'm not even sure I got the right memory there. So I might have gone totally off, but it's feeling like it's going to take a little while, but they're saying you don't have to move. Let's just ask another question. She doesn't have to move, but would it be an optimal choice to move? Yes, they're saying it would be better to move, but you don't have to. It's not like it's a life and death situation. So you can stay, but it would be better to move. So I hope that makes sense. Sky Sammy, your dog Taya is lost just now. Any direction to find her? Okay. So for Sky Sammy, Taya, are you out there? Is it highly likely she's coming home? Let's ask that question. I'm sorry, Sky Sammy. I'm getting that she's not coming home. I hope this is wrong, but I'm feeling like she might already have left the planet. So I don't know. And I really hope I'm wrong. Doing the pet thing is not my forte. So I'm just doing the best I can for you. And hopefully you found her. Oh, great. Thank you. I'm so relieved to hear that. Yeah, you see, I'm not great at doing the pet thing. I'll try, but yeah. You're welcome, Kathy. Rob, it was insightful. I'm so glad. Annie wants to know, is your new kitty a boy or a girl? You can't tell? Okay. I don't know if we're going to get this one either because this is a pet thing and sometimes they go wonky. So for Annie, is her new kitty a boy? Is it a girl? I get that it's a girl. Okay. So let me know if it is a girl. It's always good to get the validation to find out if it was right or not. Because, I don't know if you guys watch Lilac Lantern, but she does a lot of dowsing. And sometimes she gets these really wonky, crazy answers. And I just have to chuckle at that because if you know much about dowsing, you know that sometimes there's a question that's just, for whatever reason, either you've got something personal about it, there's something emotional attached to it, you just can't get the right answer no matter how much you try, even if you change the way you ask the question. So sometimes they go, really crazy. It tends to be right a good deal of the time, and you can see that by people saying that it makes sense to them, but it's not 100%, and sometimes it goes awry. So anytime you're asking for advice like this, you always want to take it with a grain of salt because none of us are 100%. We do the best we can, but we're not perfect. So always use your own intuition. That's wise in any case. So hope that makes sense. And that was helpful. I'm so glad. Let me know how that goes. And I hope you do start the pranic healing because I think that would be really wonderful for you. Annie, your good friend passed in January. Does she have a message? So does Annie's friend have a message? It's too soon, Annie. I'm getting nothing. Yeah, she's not ready. But, try her again later on. And after she's gone through all of her processing that they need to do, because there's like an intake process they go through, and there's a transition process. There's a lot of things they have to take care of. So sometimes they're able to connect with people, but very often they're just too occupied. Their energy is really focused on that transition. But it doesn't mean she won't talk to you in the future. Sue says, thank you. That was spot on. So many insights and aha moments. I'm so glad. Yeah. Keep going because you're really on a beautiful, what do I want to say? It's an accelerated path that's in the right direction for your soul. It's like all stardust and gold that you're going along this path. It's your own yellow brick road, right? Auntie D. Oh, that's not for me. Okay. Nova Theory. Do your guides have any messages? When will you start your new job? Okay. Nova Theory. Anything you want to share with Nova Theory? I'm seeing this little, it's almost like a cloud of orange coming out under a door. So like fumes, but I can see them. They're colored and they're orange coming out from under this door. So what is that about? Are you referring to a chakra? Okay. So that would be your sacral chakra. So is there a block? Is that what you're saying? So you need to do a clearing on your sacral chakra because you are blocked there. And that is where power and wealth, abundance comes from. And as well as, sexuality. So you want to get that cleared, and it couldn't hurt to get all of them cleared at the same time. So, just good maintenance, right? We should all be doing that periodically just to make sure that everything is free flowing. But there's something stuck there, Nova Theory, because it's feeling like it's a noxious fume. That's that orange cloud I saw. That's why it was seeping under the door. It's not flowing freely. It's just a little bit is coming out. So whatever it is, it's like maybe there's a putrid seed of something there that needs to be cleared out. It's kind of the energy I'm feeling. So definitely you want to explore that. And what about a new job? Is it highly likely that Nova Theory will start a new job in October? No. What about November? November? Okay. November, it's highly likely. First part of the month? No. Middle of the month? Okay. So right now it's looking like maybe the middle of November. That can change again. As we talked about earlier, people make different choices, change the timeline, and it can shift. So you can actually accelerate it by making more empowered choices. That's a possibility. And it could be accelerated from the other side by things changing on their end. But right now, that's what the timeline looks like. Linda, hey, so glad you could join us. Any messages for Linda? What do you want to share with Linda? I feel this real warmth emanating from my solar plexus. So this feels, Linda, it's like you are revving your engine. You are just turning that thing on and you're getting it powered up to go do something really big. So it's like it's been shut down for a while and you are just now in the process of getting it going. So anything else? Yeah, I'm hearing like a motorcycle, where they, gun the fuel or gun the accelerator and you hear it roaring at you. Okay. So is that about encouraging her to move faster? Yeah. They're saying get moving faster because the stuff that's still negative, and I'm seeing it like strings of mozzarella stuck to you. You know how that stretches when you take some of it off, the really good mozzarella. So it's like you're pulling away from those blocks that have been holding you back from accelerating into what your heart desires, your soul desires. And here you are revving the engine and those little strings are still attached to you. So you're going to have to build up enough momentum to go zoom to break free of all of those little strings that are still attached to you. But you can do that. You're ready. And that's what the revving the engine is all about. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Let me know if that makes sense. Oops, hang on. It just jumped again. That is so annoying. I wish they would fix that. Okay, Johnny, any messages for you? Also, did you see the Elvis movie? It was interesting because of my chat with him. I saw part of it. My husband was watching it and I was working, so I got little bits and pieces. I want to sit down and watch the whole thing again because it was really interesting to contrast with my conversation with him. I did feel like there was some resonance there, but I have to sit and really quietly get it to see. Okay, so messages for Johnny. What would you like to share with Johnny tonight? So, of course, now I'm hearing Elvis singing all shook up. Is that for Johnny, or is that just being silly? Yeah, it's just being silly. Okay, so what do you want to share with Johnny? He's waiting. I'm feeling fingers running through your hair, Johnny. Is this about a romantic relationship? Yeah. Okay. So is it one that he's presently engaged in? No. Okay. It's a relationship that's coming and it's got this really gentle, beautiful energy, almost like an angelic being. Ooh. Is it an angelic being that you're talking about? No, it's a real flesh and blood person. Okay. But they're going to have that beautiful balanced energy that might feel almost too good to be true. And I just feel the stroking of your hair that is just, it's so delicious and so comforting, just warm and wonderful. So anything else you want to share with Johnny? They're saying that's enough to focus on for right now. So it's about you knowing that something good is coming to you. Making sure that you're doing everything you can in each day to keep your soul energy aligned with your purpose. Keep moving forward. And if you haven't already met this person, your angels will arrange for you to cross paths or get introduced or something, but they will bring you together. So that's something that's coming up for you, which is pretty exciting. Of course, it's only exciting if you were looking forward to that. I hope you are. Jessica, you need a little more confirmation on your question of direction. Go for it at the buffet. Is that the direction of going to talk to Sarah as your mentor? Go towards, it's the whole thing. It was the whole package. Whatever you feel good about and led to do, Jessica, it's like she can offer you more. She can be an overall mentor. So yeah, the Reiki to start with, but it's feeling like she offers a bigger package for you. So there could be a longer term relationship as your mentor. And that would mean bringing more into your life. So that's what they were saying. It's a buffet. There's a whole bunch there for you to partake. So go pick the juiciest, most delicious and savor those. Only the parts that really are the very best, because that's what you deserve. But yeah, and this will, of course, open up more opportunities for you. So first do that. Go have a really great time exploring what you can learn and expand on from what Sarah teaches you. And then see what else is there that you still want to partake of. And only stay at that buffet as long as it feels wonderful. When you've had your fill, then you move on. So it's like with any coach or mentor. You only stay and work with them as long as it's serving your highest and best. And then you move on. So let me know if that helped. Beverly says yes. Okay. T-Barb, your question. 3 years ago, you went into joy and happiness. Still feeling that way? Does it mean you've learned your lesson and signed up to complete the life cycle? Okay. So for T-Barb, what can you tell her? Well, they're saying, first of all, when you're in that space of joy and happiness, you are in alignment with your soul purpose. So just keep doing it, because that's only going to expand into even more and better. It's like you feel like you've had your fill, but there's so much more. And it's like your heart chakra is just expanding, 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 bigger than you ever thought it could be, to allow more to come in. There's more to learn. There's more knowledge. There's more understanding. There's more expansion. There's more helping others that's there for you. Whatever feels wonderful for you, just lean in and do it. So it's not like you get to this place and you say, oh, well, I've expanded my soul and I'm done now. No, that will only be when you reach the end of this life journey. Until then, you just keep expanding, because even though it feels wonderful, like it couldn't get any better, it can, and it will. So just keep going, choosing only those things that feel the best, and you'll receive even more. And, you know, they're showing me this visual. You know how when you get pregnant and well, maybe you do, but your skin will stretch to accommodate that growing baby. And it just keeps stretching and stretching, sometimes even beyond what you thought it was capable of doing. But it is, because you were designed beautifully to be able to stretch and accommodate that growth. And the same goes for your body and soul. So there's more to come. You're not done. And just enjoy the heck out of it. It's perfect. And the other thing that's just coming in, T-Barb, is that knowing, experiencing, understanding this, just share it with whoever you feel led to share it with, because it's feeling like you are a spiritual teacher. So wherever you feel led to share, do that. Because when you speak and share this wonderful experience, so that other people know it's really possible for them, they will be so inspired. It will transform their lives. And in turn, that will feed your soul, because you're serving that purpose. So wherever you feel led to share, teach, do that. Yeah, it's really beautiful the way it's unfolding. But you have not completed your life cycle. You're not done yet. Beverly, you're scattered about your forward motion in life. You know your purpose is to guide those that come to you for help. Okay. So Beverly, scattered about the forward motion, helping people who come to her. Okay. So for Beverly, what kind of message do you have for her to help? Fine-tuning the message. That's what I'm hearing, Beverly. So yeah, people are coming to you for help, but you're feeling scattered because you are too scattered. It's about niching down. What are the things that you enjoy the most when you work with people? Start narrowing your focus, because you can't save the world, Beverly, and nobody's asking you to. You want to narrow your focus and focus your energies and efforts into the place where you can do the most good and feel the most joy and satisfaction, that which feeds your soul. So just keep narrowing it down until you've got that sweet spot where you're happy and it's enough. And that's all you've got to do. It's like a funnel. They're showing me a big funnel. So you're funneling the people through so that out at the end are going to be the ones that you're really best equipped to help, as opposed to those that you can only kind of help, because we can't help everybody, right? It's really narrowing that focus. So I hope that helps. Jenny, it makes sense, and you'll send me a note. Thank you. Yeah, that would be helpful. Oh, Epiphany recommending the VIP. Thank you. That's really wonderful. Yeah, we need to get more people with the program because, oh my gosh, we got so much work to do. Annie, did your good friend Casey have a message for you? She passed in January. I think we did that one. Yeah, that was the one who isn't ready to come through yet. Okay. Steph, are we still alive? You're struggling to connect. Yeah, we're still live. You should be able to see that, though. It should show it in the window. I think it's on the left side bottom of the video where it tells you it's still live. But yeah, we're still here. Epiphany. If you have time, I have an altar angel present around you. Who is it and why have they chosen to make themselves present? Okay, let me get a sip here. Epiphany. An altar angel. I don't know what that means, but they will. Okay, so this angel that's hanging around Epiphany, would you identify yourself, please? You will. Okay, so who are you? She would like to know. She'd like to be on a first name basis with you. Is that 100%? I'm getting Ezekiel. Okay. And saying that you can call him Easy if you'd rather. You can do that for a nickname. So why have you chosen to be present with Epiphany? He's saying you called him. So maybe you didn't call him by name, but you called for help and he's the one that answered. That's what it feels like. So that would be a special assignment angel to help you with a project. And when the project's done, then probably he'll move on to help somebody else. Although he can always choose to stay, or you can choose to ask him to stay. So let me know if that's enough or you want to ask more about that. Steph, are there any messages for you? So anything you want to share with Steph today? What message do you have for Steph? I'm seeing a road, and it looks like it's a walking path kind of road, not a vehicular, although it could be. It's just packed dirt. And it's in an area that almost looks like a desert because it's pretty sparse on either side of the road. And it goes way, way off into the horizon. So lots of flat land that this road kind of winds through. So you're walking on this road and you're all by yourself. So there's a feeling of, is it isolation? Yeah, there's a feeling of isolation, being all on your own, and a little bit feeling lost because you can't see anything in the distance. It's just more of the same. So it's a feeling also of fatigue, like, when is this journey going to end? It's so tedious and tiresome and boring. Hello. Okay, so what do you want to tell her about that? Oh, it's beautiful, Steph. So they're showing me this picture. There you are standing there feeling that way. And then all of a sudden you're hit with this inspiration of, oh, I'm writing my story. This is what I created and I can change it. And then in the blink of an eye, you get a picture in your head of what you want it to look like. And suddenly all this foliage comes up and there are these cute little cottages, and it's just a really idyllic, beautiful scene. And you paint whatever you want that scene to look like. But they're saying to you, Steph, you're there because you chose to be there. So don't choose to be there anymore. Make a different choice. Go, close your eyes, picture what you want it to look like, and bam, it changes. Then walk that path and see what you find, because you will have different experiences on that path that you created than you would on that other one that is boring, tedious, and you've just had enough of it. So it's all about you and the freedom of choice. And they were waiting for you to wake up and know that. So now that you know that, you get to choose what you want to do. So play with that, and then come back next month and let us know how it goes, because hopefully you'll be in a whole different headspace then. That's pretty cool. Dakota Charm, you are so welcome. Much love to you. And Dan and the whole family. Steph, you need it. Your boss is not a great leader. Joy and pups. Yeah. Dina, welcome. Dina from Arizona. So glad to have you here. What is the most important thing for Dina to know? For Dina, what is the most important thing for her to know? I'm hearing Julie Andrews singing. These are a few of my favorite things. Raindrops on Roses, Whiskers and Kittens. Remember that song? So if that's not a song you resonate with, you might want to go and look at the lyrics, because sometimes there's the bigger message there. But it's about gratitude, isn't it? It's about lifting yourself up, seeing the big picture, being in that state of blissful gratitude for all of the blessings that you have in your life. And when you do that, I see you rising up, Dina, and finding even more things to be grateful for, because they just come rushing in like somebody opened a dam and it's just all coming in, and it's just so much abundance. Beautiful, wonderful, expansive. So it's about you tuning in, allowing more gratitude to flow into your space. It's beautiful. Let me know if that helps. Elena, so glad you made it. No, I didn't ask about the matrix. I totally forgot. I'm sorry. Can you write it in the bottom for me to remind me what it was? I think I remember, but I want to be sure I get it right. Beverly, thank you. And the guides, you must lean into joy. Yeah, everybody must lean into joy, because that's one of the keys to help us reach that next level where things are easier, where we have that state of bliss. So yeah, for all of us. And the cool thing about this gathering and gatherings like it is we all bring that energy and intention together so that everybody gets lifted up, feel that energy, even when we go our separate ways in a little while, but allow that energy to just simmer within you and expand. It's like a jump start almost, right? It's an infusion of this wonderful positive energy to help us through the challenging days. And that's why it's important that we gather like this. Steph, you're welcome. It's a geeky question, but are your finances going to improve? Okay, so one thing at a time. For Steph, is it highly likely that her finances will improve in the near future? We'll ask. Not near future. It's going to take a little while. Okay, so in the calendar year 2022, is there improvement coming? Not yet. 2023. Okay. So first quarter, Is she going to get improvement first quarter? It's feeling like it's going to start trickling in very slowly. So you might get more in the first quarter, but it's not going to really pick up speed. What about second quarter? Yeah, more like second quarter when things are going to start picking up. And I think that's probably for everybody, because there's going to be a hit to the economy. There's going to be more financial challenges for most of us coming up. But Metatron has been saying for a couple of years now that 2023 is when we're going to start moving past that dark cloud of you know what, and so much of the challenges we've been through recently. Bright skies and more ease. Not going to be perfect, of course, because we still have that other thing that we're dealing with, but it's going to ease. It's going to get more back to what we think of as normal, although it will be a new normal. We'll never go back to the old normal, which is a good thing. But yeah, shifts are coming. So for all of us. And then, do you need to leave NC? Is it an optimal choice for staff to leave NC? Totally up to you. Could be either way. You feel it, but it seems super complex and your work is too punitive as a rule. Oh, well, there's your answer right there. If it's punitive, get the heck out of there. Don't stay. Find something else that fits you better. Because, again, that's like self-torture. Unless you have absolutely no other choices, and you know that's never true. You always have other choices. Sometimes it might mean you take a little bit of a pay cut because it's going to be better in the long term than if you stayed. And a lot of times that's what keeps people stuck in these awful situations. I'm not saying that's the case here, but you know, if that's one, and it's just good to mention because a lot of people experience that, but ask your angels to bring you some breadcrumbs and show you better opportunities with better pay. And then let them go to work and watch them surprise you with something really amazing. And also tell them it's okay if it's in another state, if that's true. If you want to stay where you're at, then ask for in that area. Be specific about what you want. They'll get to work on it and watch the magic happen. That's available for everybody. Richard, welcome. So glad you could make it. Any messages for Richard tonight? Richard, what do you want to share with Richard? Well, I'm hearing revving engines. What's that about? Is that about him revving his engine and moving? Or is that about vehicles? It's about him. Okay. If you've been holding back on something that you really want to do, but you're unsure, they want you to rev the engine and get going. Because the longer you hold back, the harder life gets, because that's when you're stuck spinning your wheels and the energy gets really staticky, life gets harder. So look around at your choices, pick something, go take some new action. It needs to be new action, because if it was going to work what you're doing, it would have already worked, right? If this is something new that you need to do, whatever you're inspired, go do that, which allows the energy to flow, the angels to get busy working for more stuff to come in. So I don't know what it is. I'm not getting that. And I don't think you know yet either. It's like they need to bring you the inspiration so you can make up your mind. Maybe there's a few things you've been thinking about. So anything else you can clarify on that for Richard? Because that's a little vague. Can you share with Richard? I'm seeing you on a tricycle now, Richard, as a little boy. Okay, so you've lost touch with your inner child, and they're encouraging you to reconnect with that inner child. Go do some fun things. That may be the action that's been holding you back. It's almost like you've stepped too far into the adult persona of obligation and what you must do. You need to throw that off. It's time for doing what brings Richard joy, and that's reconnecting with that inner child, remembering doing that. Give yourself permission just to be goofy, silly, putting yourself first, spending some time really with introspection to figure out what it is you want, and then do that. That's what's holding you back. And I see these floodgates are just locked tight. There's all this amazing abundance on the other side, but you have to move forward and open those doors. And right now, You're blocked. You don't see it, but you will. And they will open when you take the action to get the energy moving. So let me know if that helps, Richard. Jerry, you're on info overload. Any guidance? Okay. For Jerry, what can you share with her to help with this info overload? I'm seeing you just breathing it out, and just, it's like flying out of your mouth, like, I don't know, artifacts or something. It's just, you're releasing it all. It's almost like you're throwing it up, right? Because it's all stuffed down tight inside of you. Let it go. Don't be in that state of stress and exhaustion is the word that's coming up. Let it go. Do some deep breathing, do some meditation. Stop taking on all of these obligations. That's not good for you. Let it go. So they're showing me you making a list of all your obligations, going through like Santa Claus, making a list and checking it twice. What can you eliminate from that list that you don't find joy in doing? And I don't care if you feel like you have no choice, that you have to do it. It's not true. If it's something that's not bringing you joy, unless you're legally bound, and even then there's always another option. It's just really taking the time to find it. And maybe, again, it's one of those things you don't really want to do, but it would be in your best interest to do to get the energy moving. So it's releasing that stuff. Getting your list slimmed down to only the things that bring you joy or that you really, really choose to do for your own reasons. But you've got too much obligation weighing you down. And that's part of what that info overload is. You've got to make some space. It's like decluttering your house, right? You declutter. Now you've made this beautiful space that feels more peaceful, that nurtures your soul. And there's room for the angels to come in and join you and have coffee. Right now, there's no room for them. So that's what I got. Hopefully that helps. Monica, thank you. It helps to be prepared for a flood or natural disaster, as long as you're all safe. Absolutely. Gratitude. Is counseling or coaching work something which you will do? Okay, so for Monica, counseling or coaching, would those be optimal choices for her to pursue? Sorry, I'm getting tired. Coaching or counseling? Could be. Counseling. Let's go one at a time. Counseling. Coaching. Yeah, coaching could be good. I'm hearing Little League too. I don't know why that's there. I don't know if they're being silly or if Little League is actually something that's an option for you, but that's about fun too. So it could be just more encouraging you to be silly and fun because you've had some hard times and, dealing with some real challenges. So definitely bring the element of fun, but, maybe Little League is something that you're wanting to get involved in. And if you are, then you're getting a big blessing on that. Okay, Steph. Your mom is in a nursing home, doesn't really remember you, can't connect with her. Her name is Patsy, and you share a middle name. You know she misses her mom and dad. Okay. What can you tell Steph about her mom, Patsy? They're saying don't stress about it, that she doesn't remember you. She's in her own little world right now. But here's the thing that you're overlooking. When you are with her, whether she outwardly shows it or not, at a soul level, she feels your energy. She feels your support. That's important. You can be there. You can energetically send her love. You could do a meditation where you visualize the two of you sitting together, holding hands, and you are sending healing energy to her. You could even visualize the angels sending the vital force energy into her crown chakra and filling her up. And that might actually help her to come back a little bit. But even if it doesn't, she will benefit from that refill of vital force energy because she's in a place where she's not able to do it for herself. She's confused. It feels like she's kind of wandering in the woods. She's only somewhat aware of what happens around her, but she will feel your energy. So do that. Let that fill your heart, knowing that that's what you can do for her and you are doing it for her. Don't get into guilt. Let it go. Also, energetically, or even say it out loud, let her know that when she's ready to go, it's okay. She needs to take care of herself and do that. You'll be fine. Because you can connect with her. You know that. We've been talking about it all night. So it would just be her on the other side of the veil and you could still connect. In fact, you'll be able to connect with her better than you can right now. And now they're saying, you know what? Do it anyway. Do the meditation, connect with her through the records. You can do that even though she's still here. Her soul will meet you in the Akashic records. That will help to heal you because you'll be able to connect with her there. And she'll be aware of it too, because her soul will be there with you connecting. So that may be the very best thing you could do. So try that and let me know how that works. Oh, sorry, it just jumped again. Almost had it and there it went. Come back, come back. Annie, okay. Thanks about the friend. You think the kitty is a female. Well, you know, when you look under their tail, it's either a plus or a minus that you see. And I think it's the plus is the female. Google that. That's how I found out about it. And it seemed to be pretty accurate. Steph, you're singing Lollipop. That is so funny. Awesome. Flora, good morning. Glad to have you here. Matthew, thank you for doing this. If you have time, any messages? Yes. I'm trying to get through everybody before we end. We're just going to go over a little bit, you guys. I'll try to keep talking. Hang on a sec. I once did this for 7 hours for a benefit, so I think I can do a little more than 2. Just have to pace myself. So for Matthew, any messages you have to share with Matthew? Matthew, what do you want to share? Seeing green. Is that about the heart chakra? Okay. Is that about romance? Is that about a blockage? Not those things. It's about expansion. Yeah, okay. So you're in a place now, Matthew, where you have an opportunity to step more fully into your soul purpose, which will expand your heart chakra. You're on the precipice of something really big. So it might feel scary. I feel a little bit of fear there, and that's okay. Do it anyway. Lean into it, but be in the flow. Don't rush. Look for the breadcrumbs. Look for the inspiration from your angels, one step at a time. Just move into it. It's going to be so wonderful when you do whatever this thing is that you're wanting to do. Because I just feel that it's like your heart chakra is this big peony where it's all tightly wound, and then you just start blossoming into full bloom. It's beautiful. Yeah. So whatever that is, Matthew, move towards it sooner than later. It's waiting for you when you're ready. Linda's, thank you. It does make sense, but you're not sure what is holding you back. Maybe quit eating cheese. Okay, let's ask. For Linda, would it be an optimal choice to quit eating cheese? It's not about the cheese, Linda. It's fear. I can feel it. It's fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of making a mistake, fear of upsetting the apple cart, all those silly fears. And your angels are saying, Linda, you don't have to be afraid. It's like now they're showing me balloons and they're going along with a pin and they're popping the balloons of fear. They're not real. They're illusions. They're stories you make up in your mind that scare you. So remember be the boss of your thoughts. You might want to go listen to that video again. Whenever those thoughts come up and you get scared, swipe the screen. Go back into a meditation where you're sitting with your angels, hanging out together and having tea or something, or any other happy thought, something that just really lights you up and relaxes you. Let go of those stories because they only are going to manifest if you keep playing with them, if you keep visualizing and leaning into them. You can do that, but you don't want to. So let them go. Quickly swipe them as soon as you feel and realize that's what you've done, because it will take a while, right? It's building a new habit. So just as soon as you notice, swipe, move on to the happy stuff. Keep doing that over and over and over. You will find over relatively short time, you will notice it sooner, swipe it sooner, and you won't slip into that energy the way you have been. It's fear. And you are totally ready and capable of releasing that. So enjoy the cheese, but let go of the fear. Jessica, that helped, and you feel the same. definitely something much more in the relationship, and you're so excited to see where it leads. Yeah, it's beautiful. So just go for it. And let go of the fear and the trepidation. Flow. Whenever you're in ease and flow, you're going the right way. Keep going. When it's joyous and flowing. And you told that to Sarah. You don't know what will happen between you, but you can't wait to see, and you'll be even more excited to share it. Yeah, please come back and share. We love to hear the stories. Because, unless you guys come back and tell me, I never know if I got these things right or not. And hey, I need validation too, right? It's all helpful. Steph, you're talking to T-Barb. Okay. T-Barb, thank you. The best is yet to come. What a beautiful message. Gifts are appreciated. Oh, and you are appreciated. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for sharing who you are, because we all need it and we feel your energy. Just love that you're here with us. So thank you. Steph, you can see it. You're a bit of a Bermuda Triangle these days. Okay. You're singing Lollipop now and you're drained. This is where you go next. I'm not quite sure what you're asking me. So if there's another question in there, let me know. I'm not sure if you're just, speaking what's coming through, or if there's a question. But yeah, where you go next, working with this woman, that's right there for you to take. It's like the most delicious, juicy fruit waiting to be picked and savored. Yeah, don't hold back. Anne, you think it's very good about pranic healing, but you have resistance and you're wondering why. It's fear, Anne. It's always fear, over and over and over and over. Do it anyway. Be afraid and do it anyway, because you know what? Mike, there's nothing to fear from working with him. There's so much love for humanity that flows from him, so much goodness, so much goodwill, and you need some of that. So go partake. You deserve it. Let those old stories go. I know you were told you didn't, but that was a lie. Creator says, Anne, I love you. You are beautiful and perfect. Please do this for yourself. Take the joy. Take the gift being offered. Savor it. Allow it to lift you up and open the doors to the future for you, because you've been locked in this little box for so long. And the only one who can let you out is you. Your angels can't let you out. They can show you options, but you have to take the action. So that's the choice. Stay where you're at. Stay on this track and just keep feeling like you're not living or you're not doing what you came here to do. Or take a chance on Anne. Go do something for you. You deserve it. It's time. Take a deep breath. Go do it. That's the best guidance from your team. And we're all here cheering you on and supporting you, as well as your angel team. So come on, Anne, and then tell us about it next month. Dina, you're so welcome. Renee, what do you need to know from Saskatchewan? Well, welcome. So for Renee, what does Renee need to know today? Something with water, dark water. So what else? Now I'm hearing La Cucaracha. Okay. So what's that about? Are you wanting her to lighten up? Yeah, it's about you lightening up. So the dark water would represent maybe depression. Maybe you're feeling a little down on yourself. Maybe you've got some really big weights on your shoulders that's weighing you down. It's showing up. It's this dark water that's very inky black and feeling overwhelming. That's the energy that's emanating from it. And then La Cucaracha is the contrast. That's get out there and dance. Get in the sunshine, get with the music, get with the people. Oh, so are you an introvert and you're not getting out much? Is that what this is about, maybe? That's kind of what I'm feeling. During COVID, a lot of people fell back into their old introvert ways of not socializing. and they are struggling now to get back out with people. So do it for yourself. Baby steps. Go do something. Get out into the sunshine with other people. Even if that's like going to a beach that doesn't have very many people, it's kind of sparse, but you can get into the fresh air. You can get into the sunshine. You can stretch your body and just feel the joy of being you, being whole, being out in the world again, set free from that prison that was the lockdown. So let me know if that makes sense to you or if you need clarification, because that's what it's feeling like right now. Johnny, you're so welcome. Flora, why can't I visualize when I try to meditate? Very simple. Not everybody is wired for visual. We are all different. The way we receive information is different. Doesn't mean that one day you won't be able to visualize. But in the beginning, whatever gift you have, whether you feel it in your body, you just know it, you see it, or you hear it, any of those senses, whatever it is, it's perfect. Take that, don't judge it, be grateful for it. Over time, as you practice, it will expand. When I started, I was very visual. And then over time, all of the senses have kicked in. I can taste and smell and feel, and I get more sensations in my body now than I ever did in the beginning. So that will all expand the more you open to it and are accepting of it. There might be a little fear that's holding you back. And then the final thing on that that's important to understand is that a lot of people are blocked from visuals because they maybe see something, but they think, oh, my ego put that there, or I'm making it up. They block it. Well, if your intention is to meditate, to connect with your guides, to see something, then you can see something. You have to allow it, though. So it may come through as like a daydream or like you made it up. I want you to put that doubt aside, put ego aside, whatever comes through, accept it. Because if you do that, you will open the doors for more visuals to come through. Because everybody in the world, I've never met a single person who couldn't daydream. And when they daydream, they see the visuals in their head. It's just like that. But people think, oh no, it can't be that. I'm making it up if it's a daydream. No, it's exactly like that. Allow that to come through, see what happens, and let us know. You're welcome, Flora. Stephanie, anything about finding your own home? Your husband and you have been in limbo, caring for elderly parents the whole year. Okay. Stephanie, is it highly likely that she will have her own home in the near future? Not the near future. It's going to be a while. Within a year? That's a good possibility. Okay. So should she start looking now? Too soon to start looking. What about after the first of the year? After the first of the year is a good time to start looking. Give yourself time to find just what you want. No hurry. But yeah, the energy and the timing are there for you to move in and get your own place. Yeah. And caring for the elderly parents, that might change. You might get help with that, or they might move on. It might continue, but with you in your own place. So there's a lot of options there for you. Don't close the door on any of those options. They might not seem palatable right now, or you might feel an obligation that you've got to do it. It's not true. You don't. You really don't. There are other options. So if that's feeling like an obligation that you really would rather not take on, for whatever reason, there's no judgment about that. Feel free to explore other options. Get some help. You don't have to do it all. You are not obligated to do that unless you choose to be. And if you choose to be, then you're taking on the karma of obligation and you're going to get more. And I don't think that's what you want. So if you want to open the doors to move it to your own place, let go of that obligation. Love and joy. Do it out of love and joy. But if you can't, then you want to find another answer. So let me know if that helps. You're welcome, Jerry, Monica. Kelly, great to see you. Oh, you have to go. Okay. Well, I'm glad you were here. Matthew, Steph, you're welcome. Matthew, you were 100% spot on, so validated. Thank you. I appreciate that. And thank you for the support. You are so welcome. Yeah. I really want to see you make a change because you are ready and you deserve it so much. I'm seeing doves with you now, Anne. I don't know what that's about. I don't know if you like them or if they're around, but feels like they're there to offer you love and support. So, and helping the angels to lift you up. Or are they angels? Maybe they're angels in the guise of doves. Is that it? Yeah. Okay. So, okay, if you start seeing doves, it's the angels. They're there to remind you. They're like stepping up their efforts to make something visual that you can connect with, to know they really are there to help you with your trust. So that's pretty cool. So start looking for doves. And they can be mourning doves too. Be any kind of doves. Richard, thank you. I think you're spot on. I'm going to send you a couple of books you might find interesting. Cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. Danny, anything for you? Career, work, new YouTube channel, moving to a different state, love life. Okay, well, let's work through that. So for Danny, career, work, YouTube channel, moving. What can you share with Danny about her career? Is it time for a new career? Okay, I get a no on that. What about shifting into something different with her present? Is it a change that's needed? Maybe. That's not a yes or no. It's just kind of an in-between. If you're feeling restless, then look to change it. Is the optimal choice, though, to keep doing what she's doing career-wise? Yeah, that's feeling like it's for right now, it's a good thing. So maybe tweaks, but no, it's good for now. A new YouTube channel, would that be a highly optimal choice for her? No, that's a no. Moving to a different state, would that be an optimal choice? I get a big yes on that. No hesitation at all. Wow, right into it. So that would mean your work would have to change unless you're a remote worker, right? So are you saying that she will get a different job because moving to another state is optimal? I don't know. Do you work for yourself? Maybe that's why it's kind of in between. Yeah. It's feeling like you've got options there, so that's not an obstacle for you. You could easily move to another state and still continue your career. Okay. Laura. Okay, thank you. What about the love life for Laura? What can you share? Is there a new romance coming in the future? Yeah. And is this somebody who's an optimal long-term partner? No, too soon for that. Don't lock yourself in. So there's some fun relationships coming. Yeah, I get a big yes on that. And in plural, Laura, not singular. Not time to lock yourself into one. This is your time to go shopping. Okay, that's a weird way to describe it. To go shopping and figure out what you really want. It's like, go sample the merchandise. And that's kind of a crass way to describe it, but that's what they're saying. Maybe that means something to you and you're okay with that. I don't know, but yeah, they're not trying to insult you or anything. It's just, that's the way it came out. Matthew, you have to run. You're so welcome. Glad you could be here. Pam says, thank you. Always enlightening. So glad. Okay, let's see. Did I miss anybody? Okay, it's looking to me like I got everything, you guys. So if you have any more questions, pop them in quickly. And if not, we'll just get ready to wrap. Stephanie, meaning of owls showing up. Okay. So for Stephanie, can you tell her what's with the owls? Oh, Elena, I don't see your question about the matrix. Are you still here? Just remember, we didn't cover that yet. So we got to do Elena's question too. So owls for Stephanie. I get introspection. Time for some introspection. there's something that's on your mind that you've kind of just let simmer, and it's time to take some action. It's time to make a choice and take some action. And the owls are there to bring your attention to it. Yeah, that's what it's about. So, excuse me, it's feeling like you need to take some action on this soon, Stephanie. That's why they're showing up. They're emphasizing the message. Yeah, it's in your best interest to pay attention to it now and take some action, because it's like there are some doors waiting to be opened, but until you take that action, they can't open. So it's waiting on you. You're welcome, T. Barb. I'm so glad you could be here. Yeah, it was a fabulous gathering. I just loved getting together with you guys and seeing what kind of questions you have and what the guides have to say. Linda, you had an owl in the middle of the night. Wow. So maybe introspection for you too. All right, I'm going to pop over and see if I can find Elena's question. And because she might have had to leave, I don't know. Hang on, you guys. I'll be right with you. Okay, so Elena wants to know about the matrix. She's hearing that most people here on Earth right now are in the matrix. Let's start with that one. So is it true that most people present on Earth now are in the matrix? Yes. And where did it go? So the 3D world is the matrix, is that true? And is it true that she is breaking free of it? And is it also true that she keeps getting pulled back in? No, that's an illusion. That's your fear. That's your fear because it's so different, Elena. And maybe you feel like you want to jump back into it, but you're really not, because once you jumped out, you're out. You cut that cord, so to speak. So you're not going back into it, but your thoughts can go back into it. So separating the thoughts from you going back into it energetically is important, but just know you're not. You are on the way of pulling free. So now the question is, what are you going to do about it if you're out of the matrix? Is it that you're feeling so alone you don't know what to do because so many people are still there? I get a yes on that. But you're not alone. You've got this entire team. You've got plenty of light workers who are also out there with you. So you ask about if that's true, what's pulling you back and how do you get above it? So it's not true, first of all, and how you get into a better headspace to move forward is to accept that you're not in the matrix. You've broken through. You're creating a new paradigm, Elena. Own that. Let the fear go. And it's feeling like some introspection to figure out what is the source of that fear. What are you really afraid of? You've been through a lot. You've learned a lot. You're ready for more. You're asking for more. They're giving you more. So step up and take it, right? That's what you're ready for. So what else about that? Oh, and they're saying, Elena, you fought so hard to get out of that freaking matrix. Stop focusing on it. Let it go. Don't even think about it. It's not your reality anymore. You stepped out of it. You're in a different reality, a different paradigm, but it's being created, and you're needed to bring your energy, your wisdom, and your actions to help pave the way for the others who are breaking out. It's like, yeah, because it was rough for you to do it. So you are going to be there as a leader to help others. It's like there you are, and they're climbing out of that pod and dripping with liquid, and you're there to take their hand and pull them out. So that would make you what, like the Lawrence Fishburne character? What was his name? I forget his name, but you know what I mean. The guy that was helping them out of the matrix. That would be like you. So that's there for you to do if you choose to do it. And it would be wise, if you feel led to do it, and it seems like you do, to start doing it faster. Let's get them out of there so they can get busy and start doing what they came to do. So let me know if that helps, or if there's more of a question there, because that's all that I see in what you sent me. Okay, where did we leave off? Linda, you had an owl hooting in the middle of the night. Well, maybe they're trying to tell you about introspection too, which kind of makes sense given what we were talking about, right? You're welcome, Stephanie. Danny, you're welcome. Thank you for the blessings. I accept. It's beautiful. NG, do you have any good pumpkin recipes? I would Google it. I don't have a lot of time for cooking these days, but I am a pretty good cook. But I would Google it. That's a good place to start. Kathy, happy World Animal Day. Thank you. I didn't know it was, but that's pretty cool. Linda, you're glad you're here to help so many. Oh, you're glad I'm here to help so many people. Thank you. It was a long time getting here, I got to tell you. So for those of you who are struggling, holy cow, it took me till my 50s to have an awakening. And now it's like everything's accelerating to make up for lost time. So I totally get it if you're feeling that pressure. But as much as possible, let go of the pressure, get into the flow. Your angels will make the way. They will accelerate you where they need to accelerate or where you need to accelerate. They will assist you with every bit of it. You'll catch up and then we'll all move forward together. That's what this time is for. This is the ramping up. We're already in that psychic battle because what do we think this whole thing is that's been going on with the white supremacists and the rising of the fascists? That's the psychic battle, isn't it? And we're not done with it yet. We've got a ways to go because you look around and you see these people that I know I do anyway. I'm speaking for myself, but you probably have felt the same. They were very spiritual people. You could relate to them. And all of a sudden they're going off with these conspiracy theories. And it's like, how did they do that? Didn't they see it was all a lie? It was smoke and illusion to take them off of their path, but they didn't for whatever reason. And I think it's because something was triggered in them that caused them to not see the truth. And maybe one day they'll wake up, maybe they won't, I don't know. But it was really hard to watch that happen. It's still hard to watch that happen. But we can't do anything for them until they're ready to change. All we can do is work on ourselves, put that energy out there to help other people, to influence them. Can't change them, remember, but we can influence them. So just keep doing the best you can do every day, and that will make a difference. And they were not going to renew your lease, so you were looking to move, but you didn't know where to go. So they gave you an extra year. Okay, that's good. But you know what? Really set yourself a limit because you've been playing with this for quite a while now. It's time to take positive action for yourself. Don't put up with that anymore. Make a choice and do it. Because even if you move someplace that it turns out you don't like it, you don't have to stay. It could be a temporary thing until you find the next place to land. So if that's what's holding you back, let it go. But also ask your angels to help you find the perfect place to go. And then you've got to take action because that's where you're really stuck, is the taking action. There's so much waiting for you. There's so much amazing joy, expansion, but the action, super important. So lean on your friends, lean on your angels, one step at a time. Just do something and then do another something and keep going. Your life can be changed in a whole new, beautiful, positive way by the time your lease is up again, or maybe sooner. That possibility is there as well. Oh, anything to say positive about being there another year? I think I just did. Yeah. So it's focusing on the next step. Just keep doing that. And if something works out for you to go sooner, then great, go sooner. I doubt they would have a problem with that since they're wanting you to move on anyway. Mary, where do you find the meditations? Yeah, on YouTube, there's a playlist. So when you go to my channel, hit the playlist button, and there's a whole playlist of meditations. That's one group. Then you can go to my website, which is akashaunleashed.com, go to the meditations tab, and I think there are 4 meditations there. So both of those places, and take whatever you like, use it as often as you want. They're all angelic downloads. They're all for people to use to lift themselves up, to heal, whatever they need. It's all there. T-Barb, took you till your 60s. Yeah. I felt the same way. Why? Why did it take so long? Because I wish it had been sooner, but it happens when we're ready. That's the truth. It's all divine timing. And I'm stumbling over my words because I'm getting tired, you guys. So yeah, all divine timing. It's perfect when it happened. So for us to look at that in regret does a disservice to our soul. It's about looking forward and being in gratitude that we are there now, because maybe it could have been even longer. You know, I met somebody recently who's in their 70s who's just having an awakening. So just gratitude that you are here now. And I'm so grateful that you're here now, because you bring a lot of love and light, and it's so needed and appreciated. Danny, how do you know if you've gone from 3D to 5D out of the matrix? Well, the thing is, there's a lot of confusion about that. It's a consciousness thing. And in your consciousness, if you know that you're a soul and you are working on moving forward on your journey, your soul purpose, your fifth dimensional consciousness, not your body. Your body's still 3D because the earth is still 3D. We're all still here in 3D. What's happening is our DNA is being recalibrated so that we will be able to ascend to 4D. The earth is going to ascend to 4D, and we've got to do it too, or we're probably not going to exist on earth very long. So that's what we're moving towards. So there's two things. There's the physicality dimension, and then there is the consciousness, soul dimension. And some people are actually already moving into sixth dimensional consciousness. There might be some higher, but I haven't found them yet. So I have met some people who are in sixth, but most people are in fifth, and they're at various levels of the fifth because they go intense. So they could be, you know, at the very beginning of fifth. Most people are probably the middle or even high fives right now, getting ready to move into sixth. And that getting ready to move into sixth is also part of the preparation for shifting into the fourth dimensional beingness. So that might be more than you wanted to know, but that's what I know about that. Thank you, T-Barb. I appreciate that. All right, you guys, I don't see any more questions. So let me get a drink, and then let's just take a little minute here to thank everybody and the guides. We didn't do an opening. We just jumped right in, which is great, but it feels like we need to take a moment and just close the energy down. So just close your eyes, sit back, take a couple of deep breaths, and thank all of you for being here tonight. Each precious soul brings something special. Your energy was so needed to lift us all up in the midst of all the turmoil and chaos that's around us these days. So thank you for being a part of this special gathering. Please come back again. Please share with your friends. We need to get the message out to more people so that we can all get to Earthtopia faster. Thank you to all of our angels and guides. Thank you, Metatron. Thank you, Creator, for inspiring us to get together, for creating this amazing opportunity that we're stepping into now, for always being there, never saying no, letting us lean on you, even when we do silly, crazy things sometimes against our own best interest. Thank you for being patient, guiding us always, loving us always, with so much love and gratitude for all of the angelic realm, Creator, and for all of you, sending out sonic booms of love, light, and healing energy to lift us all up. So, amen, and thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Good night, everybody. Thank you for being here. See you next month. And if you're not on the mailing list, get yourself there so that you can come to the third Saturday Zoom call. Can't wait to see you. Much love. Bye, everybody.